Hello everyone, welcome back to Zail's Tales, and welcome to Bastion, and welcome to the first installment in what will be a long-running series known as Zail Plays Every Supergiant Games Game, Yes, Even Pyre. Supergiant Games is a indie developer that got their start with Bastion back in 2011, and their games were known for just having a very unique creative vision to them that you really can't find in other games, at least not in this form. And they are a very special game. They are a very special game development team. To me, they do a big focus on music. They do a big focus on production values, and they're just very unique. Their games aren't perfect. Some of their games are definitely more perfect than others, but they're very enjoyable, and I am looking forward to starting off with their first game, which is Bastion. Bastion is a isometric action game from the year 2011, which makes it so far the oldest game we've played on this channel. And I will have a bit of competition for making commentary on this game, because this game features a narrator. A narrator that will be doing some of my job for me. Let's get out there and see what's happening.
Proper story's supposed to start at the beginning. Ain't so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world got all twisted, leaving him stranded on a rock in the sky.
But it looks so cozy. I could just sleep here forever. No, I won't do that. There's a game. There's an adventure to be had.
He gets up, sets off for the Bastion, where everyone agreed to go in case of trouble. Ground forms up under his feet as it pointing the way. He don't stop to wonder why. Finds his lifelong friend just lying in the road.
A big hammer.
Well, it's a touching reunion. He sees what's left of the rippling walls. Years of work undone in an instant. In the Calamity. That a survivor? No, ma'am. It's a gas fella, forced out from underground.
I'm sure we can all just know we cannot.
Kid pops him good. Fella got a piece of him though.
So already the aesthetic of this game is very like this sort of like jigsaw world that's in pieces and is reforming around your feet.
An old repeater falls out of the sky. Ain't a gift from the gods, but it'll have to do.
Okay.
Gotta hold her still to spin up the chamber.
Alright. We're not sure what we're doing here, but there are monsters and we're trying to get somewhere, so let's go there.
Kid's worked up quite a thirst by now, so that fountain looks real inviting. Sometimes you just need a drink.
Delicious. Okay. Little healing items.
A school of squirts tunnels up around them.
No.
Must have fled here from the mines. Kid finds a memento from a girl he knew. Always used to fancy her.
No, we have some things in our backpack. City crest, a memento, an identification badge from the old days. Those on official business for the city bear the Star of Zailandia. It is said to represent warmth, labor, and sacrifice. And then what we just picked up, crystal barrette. A memento, a fashion accessory covered in soot. Holds great value, of the sentimental variety, Also, holds hair firmly in check. Best hang on to it just in case. Okay. Oh no. More little gooey ghosts.
It's a wonder the old saloon's still standing. Used to have the nicest view.
Alright. I will trust in your judgment, large blue arrow.
He sets foot inside one of Celandia's famous watering holes. Inside's old Rondi, the bartender. The Calamity got him before his drinking did.
Yeah, he's not looking so hot.
Then Kid finds his trusty shield.
Alright.
But just as he's getting a handle on it, the security takes him for a petty thief. Special delivery. Gas, fellas.
No, thank you. Look, I'm sure...
Windbags start turning up for last call.
Okay. I'm sure my character knows what you guys are, but I, the player, have no idea what's going on.
More squirts start coming out of the woodwork. A big old fella pops out in front of the kid.
Okay. Keep moving. Keep shooting. The gun seems to be good against the little guys. And the hammer seems to be good against the big guys. Ow. That did a lot of
Sees
damage.
the way to the Bastion out the window. It's a bit of a drop.
Which window? Oh, this window. Thank you, mysterious blue arrow.
He gets a good look at things on his way down. He lands on top of a breaker's bow, and it ain't broke.
It is not. Okay. This is the weapon
Kid
I
spies a
remember.
good perch for some target practice. He knows he should draw the string all the way back. Right back at you. Good news is the emergency defenses still work. Bad news is they're aiming for the kid.
Gotta walk across this open oblivion.
Picks up a few pointers from a dusty old tome. He's a mighty fast learner. He finds the distillery, right next to the arsenal. Tough part of town.
Alright, arsenal, what's in the arsenal?
The arsenal's where the kid can pick the best tools for the job.
Okay. We've got weapons are at the arsenal. I like the bow. And we do have another. So you can equip two different weapons, and you can equip like a special technique, which is associated with one of those weapons. So this one is associated with the bow, and I think I will use that one because it's like a ricochet situation. Just gotta. What's in the distillery?
One sip of the spirits in that distillery, and the kid'll feel like a new man.
Alright, the distillery has passive bonuses that we can assign to us. Max health, crit chance, only when at full health. Absorb stray fragments. I think I'll just go with max health for now. And you unlock more of these as the game progresses.
Some of them squirts birthing like crazy in a couple of corn bins.
I will say, having the narrator doing some of my job for me is going to make focusing on this game a lot easier. Because if I remember, especially if you do some of the...
Long before the kid could loose an arrow, strong and true.
If you do some of the... This game, later on, especially if you do some of the optional challenges, it gets pretty chaotic.
An old ferry barge sends the kid on his way. The Bastion's real close now.
Uh-oh.
Takes a chunk of alloy. Smell of barley and spoiled blueberries fills the air. Scumbags. Kid maybe shouldn't have done what he just did.
That big guy smashing holes in the ground.
Scumbag of his last meal. Kid puts him out of his misery.
Just give me all the shinies. Is there anything over here? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, onward.
He finds the core to the Wharf District. He steals the city's heart. Might as well.
Sure. Go up here.
Kid has a feeling you better get a move on. The place is starting to fall. See, that core kid took was the only thing making this particular rock stay afloat. Kid just keeps running. The Skyway's in sight.
Right, get out of here.
Whisks him where it needs to go. Now the kid sees something stranger still. His mind races. Did anybody else survive? Sure enough, he finds another. He finds me. We talk for a spell.
Ask ask about the seal representing the city of Celandia. Weren't those only meant to be for uniform and identification?
There's a bit of the Bastion's power in that crest, enough to point the way to the cores.
Okay. Ask about the large bluish mineral found in the Wharf District. It feels warm to the touch and hums like a motor. What exactly does it do?
All I tell him is to set that core of his on the monument there, then watch.
Ask about what happened to Nacy, the girl who used to pin her hair back with this. Is she here already? Where is everyone?
I try to let the kid down gently. This is the Bastion, alright. Except no one else showed up. Ain't always much to say.
Okay. I guess I'll put this in here.
Just like that, the Bastion comes alive. Starts growing again. Growing stronger. Kid's gotta put its power to good use. Now the Bastion can send him even farther into the wild unknown.
What is this place? Foundation.
Kid ponders what to build.
Build a distillery or an arsenal. Plan for a facility with special grid spirits and enhance one's natural abilities. Just need a place to build it. The only spirits permitted on the rippling walls were the kind that increased productivity. Okay, so that's one place where we... Okay, we have... Looks like there's more places here, but we can't build them yet. Alright, let's go... Plans for a facility that stores weapons and secret skills. Just need a place to build it. Zaylandian pioneers always traveled light, locking up anything they didn't need on hand. Alright, let's build an arsenal. Alright, excellent.
Bastion's a place of peace, but we can hold our own if we have to.
Okay, so we have the 3 weapons. I'll probably stick with these 3 for these 2 for now. Probably stick with dancing shot for a bit. I got this one. A secret technique that automatically counterblocks all incoming attacks for a short time. No, I don't really.
Ain't much kid can't handle with hammer and bow in hand.
Okay. Well, we don't know much about the story right now, but it seems that our protagonist, the kid, is helping this person, the stranger, rebuild this thing called the Bastion. For what reason, we're not entirely sure, but we do know that something very bad happened to this place. Something called the Calamity.
Kid don't know what's out there waiting for him. The Skyway. Now the kid can ride the wind to distant lands.
Wharf District. Proving grounds. I might go and do the proving grounds later. They're like optional weapon challenges. But I think I'm probably just gonna follow the cores. And there's a core detected here in the workman ward. If I didn't bring it back, there may be useful supplies here as well. There's also an info button.
The workman ward.
Oh, okay.
Them windbags used to keep the city humming along here.
And then there's the breaker barracks. Here the breakers once honed their skills to focus with their bows.
The breaker barracks. Many straight shooters learn their way here.
Okay, well.
Now he lands at the intersection between bad and wrong. Ought to be a core down one of these twisted streets. But which one? Up north is where the gas fella foreman used to live, tending to his flock.
Oh man, the power shot on the bow is a lot longer a wind-up than I remember it being.
gas fellas all dress alike. Kids wondering the same thing.
Memento. A soiled garment like the gas fellas wear. Gas fellas used to tend the mines, but now are storming the remains of Celandia in alarming number. But for what? Oh, I've got some other stuff in here. Okay, the distillery is in my backpack. Or, I don't know, just information about it is. I picked up something heavy. Upgrade material for the Zail hammer. Chunk of precious alloy found deep underground. The staple diet of gas fellas also used in all manner of industry. Okay. Well, let's keep looking. Gotta find those cores for
and
the
there it
Bastion
is,
or something.
but it's locked down tight in an alloy cage.
I mean, oh, come on, I could totally reach that. I could fit through that cage. That,
Blustering old foreman's keeping his fellas in check, almost like he's showboating the crowd.
oh, I'm getting bounced like a basketball.
And now there's a new marshal in town.
Oh, okay. Well, I found the core. Is this gonna make the...
He hears the whole place groan, but it's too tough to fall. Might as well check the other side streets before leaving this hole.
I mean, sure. There could be other valuables. This is clearly... like, it doesn't really look it because it's very vibrant and, like, colorful. But this is the post-apocalypse, in case you're wondering. So, you know, I gotta find
for the squirt steps. Won't be no field trip this time.
What is this?
Scumbag can digest just about anything. Except for this. It's quick for slicing and light enough to throw.
Oh. Back, yes. Okay, you can't actually get a description from your weapons here. But yeah, I picked up a machete, much faster than the hammer, but you can't move while you're swinging it. Or you can throw it. I gotta be more careful. What is this? What is this? Squirt lure?
They say even the most rambunctious squirts can be tamed.
Huh.
Squirts don't make the best of friends, but they can be useful in a pinch.
Oh, I got a friend. Okay, well, come friend. We must explore. Come friend, attack your own kind. Yeah. Is this like a recovery? It is. Okay, excellent.
Them squirts just don't know when to quit.
I can throw the machete, and thankfully I have an infinite number of them. Okay, what's down here?
He heads for the biggest dump in town. Scumbag Alley. Some scumbag still feeding off the city's own trash.
These guys leave behind where they walk, so I gotta be careful of that.
And there he is. The oldest scumbag of them all. Gershel. The Calamity ain't done much for Gershel's sunny disposition. Keep Cuts up Gershel like a pineapple. Old scumbag didn't feel a thing. The rest of the path is gone for good, and his city crest won't bring it back.
Just, one thing I always remember about Bastion is just how well it kind of sort of marries this idea of something being extremely colorful but also extremely, like, desperate and, like, kind of, like, broken and depressing, despite looking very, like, colorful and vibrant.
He heads for the east side, where windbags used to keep the local forge. Somehow that old forge is still standing.
The forge is here. What we got?
Inside the forge, he can fine-tune those instruments of his.
Okay, I can use something heavy to upgrade the Zail hammer. And I can pick an upgrade. Oh. So I can either make it so it does 50% more damage, or I can have a higher crit chance. I mean, I'm not really using the hammer right now. I might use it later, but good to know. I might save my little blue crystal things I'm gathering for something else.
Kid's ready to go, and his ticket out's right where he started.
I thank you for reminding me. Yeah, all the games. Wow, that guy just those little squirts know how to take care of business. All the games I've played so far have had like no voice acting in them. So it's nice to just be like, hey, I'm gonna let the professionals take care of it for like a little bit.
He comes back, just like I knew he would. The core hums in his pack. The monument's calling for it.
I gotta say, this civilization's method of transportation, of just like catapulting people through the air and letting them slam on the ground, pretty effective. Ask about the Ragged Hood, belonging to some ill-fated gas fella. Why are they flooding the city, ransacking its remains?
The windbags used to be alright. Then the Calamity took the floor out from under him.
Yeah, like this one's alright. Yeah. Alright, what's in the arsenal? We can, Alright, this is where we can read about the weapons. So, the Zail, and yes, item descriptions are where a lot of the story is in these games. And that's true of many Supergiant games, not just Bastion. So we will be taking the time to read some item descriptions. Well-balanced melee weapons. Stationary attacks with it are more powerful. Heavy-duty hammers such as this constructed Zaylandia's famous Rippling walls and protected them from elements and foes alike. Fang Repeater, rapid-fire ranged weapon, cannot move while firing, reloads automatically. A munition chamber fashioned from an unlucky beast gives a distinct silhouette to these silent repeating rifles, once favored by Ura hunters. The Breaker's Bow, versatile ranged weapon. Power attacks increase as the bowstring is drawn. Attack power increases as the bowstring is drawn. With these durable lightweight bows, Zaylandian Breaker divisions reconnoitered the farthest reaches of the lands in the name of their city. And then the War Machete, fast melee attack weapon. Throwing attacks compensate for short melee range. The Ura once nearly sacked the city with their savage blades, which gave the city's missionaries a healthy respect for them. Okay, so we're getting some proper nouns here. We're learning about the rippling walls. We're learning about Zailandia. We're learning about some people called the Ura. We're learning about an organization called the Breakers. There's interesting. I think I'll probably. I like the bow, but if I'm going to use the machete, I probably will use the repeater. And Squirt Lure is great, but let's see, a spiral of bolts that deals damage in every direction. Sure.
The repeater and machete, favorite choices of the Ura hunters we once fought.
All right.
Sometimes a single look says it all.
Alright, nothing to talk about. I do like the idea that conversation topics and this is actually a really ingenious idea. Conversation topics with NPCs are collectibles. Like, you have to find a thing and then talk about it. You don't just have stuff to say, which kind of implies that maybe both of these characters aren't particularly. Maybe both of these characters are sort of introverted types, and they only speak to each other when they have something to talk about.
Kid ain't finished here yet.
Oh, right. Thank you, sir. I have to put the thing in the thing. Hold on.
Kid does it again. Only fair he decides what we build next.
Okay. What else we got here? We can build a forge. Maybe we'll do the forge next, but I want to do the distillery, because the distillery is useful. In fact, I don't know if I'm a high enough level
Makes
yet.
time to sample spirits from my personal supply.
Yes, I can equip a new one. Oh, and there's a whole bunch of new ones. We got... right, so we have Dread Rum, pungent concoction that calms the senses and steadies nerves, favored by the Breakers and other fighting forces. Fetching Fizz started as a barroom prank, but evolved to become popular with miners and scrap workers. Metallic aftertaste. Hearty Punch. Aromatic beverage served piping hot. According to folks, according to folktales, it can almost wake the dead. Were whiskey. Scentless yet very brisk beverage of bottled rattletail whisker. Used to revive patients in triage centers, so it's like smelling salts. Cinderblock Stout. Spicy, nutty flavors with a dry aftertaste, very heavy and filling. And then Squirt Cider, fermented squirt extract with a nose of stale bread and ocean water, very nutritious. I think I will go with... I'll just go with the one that makes me absorb fragments from a distance, because that can actually be really useful.
Fetching Fizz is like a mouthful of nails, but the benefits are worth it.
Excellent. Alright, well, out we go.
Picked up traces of other cores while the kid was out.
The sundown path. It should be along this precarious walkway. Be careful up there. And the melting pot. It has been locked up in here somewhere amid all the cargo.
The melting pot. Place hoarded all sorts of fineries from beyond the boundless sea. The sundown path. Lovely place for a stroll. Before the calamity, that is.
Let's go to the melting pot.
In better days, the melting pot was sealed tighter than the skin on a squirt.
I'm here. I'm fine. Okay.
Of all the plans to survive the calamity, it had to be stabweeds.
These look like the kind of plants that could survive anything. So I don't blame it. Thankfully, I've got a machete. I can cut through them. They are very hardy, though.
If there's a core, he figures it ought to be deeper down. Core stuck inside one of those fancy cages.
Again, I could just walk through that cage. Like, I refuse to believe that this cage impedes me in any way. But I will accept that it does. What is this?
Some of the stuff lying around is downright dangerous.
It's a mine. Gotta be careful. Oh, okay, here's a button.
He throws a switch. Now what could possibly go wrong? Quite a bit, as it turns out.
I mean, I'm getting...
The cage starts lifting from the core ever so slow. All Kid can do is wait. Shipments start falling in. Not every score's born bad. Some spring to the kid's defense. Judging by the movement of the cage, it's gonna take a little while.
Yeah, that cage is moving awfully slow.
Scumbags don't take kindly to interloper.
Yep, I should be using the mines. Come a little closer.
Even some gas fellas take his corner.
Oh, hey.
Birdie pop that beetle. At this rate, maybe 5 more minutes. Maybe 30. Hard to tell.
Where all these projectiles coming from?
The squirts get real territorial around the core. Then a shipment of free samples shows up. It ain't all bad. As the kid finds some spices from the motherland, tax-free. One thing's for sure, that cage is awful heavy.
I'm just putting down mines. Put a mine down there. Put a mine down here.
It's a troublesome scene to be sure.
Down here.
A few moments left. The core goes free. 10, 9, 8, 7. Give or take a few seconds. Finally, the core's within reach. And done. He's got it. Just gotta get to the nearest barge.
I know. I'm taking out everything else here. I may as well finish off everything. Okay. Piece of cake. One core. Whoop. I guess I'm not going that out. I guess I'm not going that way. Do I just leave? I guess I just leave. I can't go back the other way.
I still remember the look on his face after that one.
found some spices. A memento. A sealed jar of exotic ingredients from a distant land. Zaylandia's ports were always full of trade ships hawking their wares. Is this a remnant of... Is this all that remains of them now? Where... Oh, there you are. Ask about the ancient spices. About found tucked away in the melting pot. Where did they come from? And when?
Folks voyaged across the boundless sea to found Zaylandia. It was good living here for a while.
Let me see. Oh yeah, core. Gotta put the core in.
The old world's finished, but the new world's just getting started.
Alright, what do we got? This is just gonna be... Yeah, the forge. Let's make the forge.
A lot of things need fixing up in this world, and we can start right here.
I'm gonna wait till I get some more upgrade materials. The hammer is good, but it's not my favorite weapon. Okay. Well, I guess I'm going back out there. Gotta keep getting the cores.
Can't be too careful these days.
I hit the wrong button. And somersaulted off the edge to my death. Or maybe I didn't. So we're all really just basing this off the... We're all just really basing this off the stranger's narratorship. Maybe he's an unreliable narrator. I don't know. Maybe I'll just do it again. Anyway, let's carry on. We have another proving ground. Windbag Ranch. The square population was kept under control here thanks to this place.
That's Windbag Ranch. Perfect place to work a blade if you got the stomach for it.
Alright, well... We will do the proving grounds this playthrough, but I don't think I'll do them. Maybe not on the first episode. I think I'm just gonna try to make some progress in the main story before we get caught up in side content. I do want to do them because they do kind of have everything in this game kind of has narrative tucked into it, which I think is a good way of designing things. Anyway, right, the Sundown Pass.
Couples used to walk the sundown path. Kid ain't here for pleasure, though. But then, somebody gets to the core before the kid.
What? I need that.
The floor starts giving way under the lighter's step.
Oh, okay.
A single panic squirt could bring the whole place down. Fragments of the old world rain from the sky.
Okay, well, suddenly this is turned into real-time.
Kid thinks twice about risking his hide.
Suddenly this is turned into a real-time stage of Void Stranger.
Path ain't exactly listeners. Security's all fired up.
I picked the weapon that I can't move while firing. This is not a good stage for that. Can I just get across? Alright, excellent.
See, the path was intended for leisurely strolling and such. Sky bridges link the path together. One of them bridges whips the kid along.
Once again, we are... Oh, there's like a thing over there.
Air travel always was an iffy proposition.
Whoa.
Quick and careful is the only way to go.
Yeah. Having the ranged attack where you can only stand still when you're using it, not a good fit.
The Calamity changed everything, even where the wind blows.
Ow. I used one accidentally, but I just drank from that fountain.
Well, if we mastered the winds in the old days, we can do it again. But the question is, who else could have taken the core?
That is a good point.
Well, ain't no survivor stole the thing. Scumbag ate it by mistake. Tough break. Unlike the kid, that core ain't coming back. They used to ship live munitions down the path. Find time to find them.
Hand grenades. Whip one of those across there.
These wires to toss those things plenty far away. Even the gas fellas need some shut-eye from time to time. They get real cranky on the wake up.
Come on, there you go. Alright, well. There was like a spyglass or something, and I think oh, there's also something down there. Well, you can come back to these levels. This is not one and done. But we will return for now.
In all this toil, Kid keeps coming back to an overwhelming question. Who else could have survived the Calamity? So he didn't find the core that time, but that ain't about to stop us. What else is there to say?
Not much right now. Okay, well, I think I will return to the arsenal. Maybe go back to bow and machete. I do like dancing shot. Dancing shot is a favorite of mine.
A bow and a machete, every bit as effective as the fancier stuff.
I do like that there's little tidbits that the narrator says depending on like what tonic you have equipped or what weapon combination you take. I don't think critical hit chance, but only when weak. I mean, that one is pretty good, but I don't think we're at the point where I need it. Maybe I'll equip that when I have another slot.
Squirt cider will toughen you right up. Too bad about the musty aftertaste.
Alright. And you know what? I think for now that might be a good place to leave it for the first chapter. So, story begins. Our protagonist, the kid, awakens in a location realizing that they have to get to the Bastion, this place, which is something. It is a place where cores from the city of Zailandia, are inputted, and it like gives the Bastion like power, and you can like build up. It's like a base or something. There appears to have been some. It appears that there has been some sort of apocalyptic event that has occurred, known as the Calamity, that it seems has literally just blown the entire world to little pieces that like shift around and form under our feet when we move. This figure, whoever they are, is narrating the story for us and is explaining to us that since we have this city crest, this thing on our back, we can track down the cores, which can be used to power the Bastion. What the Bastion is for, and why we want to do that, is not clear. But that seems to be what's going on. And we're going to continue to look for cores, and we're going to continue to power the Bastion. And we're going to continue to learn about this strange world that we find ourselves in. Thank you so much for joining me. There will be another episode of this coming out next Wednesday. And yeah. For the record, I know I said that I'm going to be playing all the Supergiant games. Yes, even Pyre. I just want to point out I'm not going to be playing them all in a row, because that would take a very long time, and there are other games I do want to do. So I will be playing Bastion. I will be completing Bastion, and then I will be moving on to the other games made by Supergiant. And as like I'm just saying, I'm making a commitment to you, anyone who's watching this who might be a fan of Supergiant games. I do plan on playing all of them. Yes, even Pyre. So I hope you join me for that, and until next time, I will say, take care.